Hello, welcome to HBM's Crypto-Corner for Wednesday, April 10th, 2024. We have quite a few things to talk about, so let's get started. Here's UK Bigfoot stalking National Park with huge clue, creature cannot be human. It seems this isn't some kind of April Fool's, which is interesting because this story was posted on April the 1st. There are fears that there's a Bigfoot stalking a national park in the UK. Yep, you read that right. Bigfoot in the UK. This isn't some April Fool's trick. Are you sure about that? You sure this isn't an April Fool's trick? For those of you who have somehow never heard of one, it's also known as Sasquatch. It is a huge, hairy, human-like creature usually believed to exist in the U.S. and Canada. Technically, it's said Bigfoot is just some mythical creature, but there are plenty of people out there that really believe it is real, and obviously each to their own. Believers are now fearing there is one roaming around South Downs National Park. Locals claim they've heard a growling creature that wanders around the area and escapes down a dangerous slope. Plus, there is apparently a huge clue whatever it is cannot be human. Well, I think I've made my feelings clear that I don't believe there are any hairy bipeds in England. Not enough room for them. It's too overpopulated. There's no possibility there could be any hairy bipeds in England. I'm sorry, they're just not. Despite all the supposed sightings that have happened over the years. Most of it I attribute to misidentifications, possible hoaxes, like those footprints that were recently found, which I think were hoaxed. Nope, folks, there's no Sasquatch in the UK. They're just not. Now here's something pretty exciting. Bangor building added to the National Register of Historic Places. A building on Broadway in Bangor, slated to be the new home of the International Cryptozoology Museum, was accepted to the National Register of Historic Places last week. Built in 1945, 490 Broadway became the 32nd individual property in Bangor to be added to the list, according to Michael Goebel-Bain, a National Register and Survey Coordinator with the Maine Historic Preservation Commission. This is the building that's going to be the new International Cryptozoology Museum. Which I think is pretty exciting. It's pretty cool. But it's good to see that it was added to the National Register of Historic Places. That's pretty cool. I like that's interesting. That's really good. I mean, and that means the Cryptozoology Museum will be part of the National Register of Historic Places. Well done, Lauren. Dover Demon and the Virginia Alien. Dover Demon and the Virginia Alien that was spotted by 3 Brazilian girls seem closely connected. Is it possible that the Dover Demon and the Virginia Alien are from the same race of beings but 2 different varieties? Right here on Earth, you have different types of humans. We're all human, but we have different variety of people. Example, Eskimos do not look like people from Sweden. Himba African tribe does not look like people from Japan. We're all different, but we are all the same. We're all human beings. Before I start comparing the Dover Demon with the Virginia Alien, let's look at some of the history of these creatures. Dover Demon, how it all began with 3 witnesses. The first witness was William Bill Bartlett, a 17-year-old. Bill claimed to have seen the Dover Demon while driving his car on April 21st, 1977. He spotted the creature perched on a broken stone wall on Farm Street in Dover. The second witness was 15-year-old John Baxter. John claimed he saw the creature on Miller Hill Road the very same evening as Bill. Then finally, Abby Brabham, also 15 years old, claimed to have encountered the creature the following night on Springdale Avenue. Either these kids really saw something or they came up with an elaborate hoax. All three teenagers created sketches of the alleged Dover demon, with Bartlett even swearing on a stack of Bibles that he had seen it. Police analysts discovered the locations of these sightings formed a straight line for over 2 miles. If you look at the sketch of the Dover demon, it's very similar to the sketch of the Varginha alien. According to media reports, the creature was sighted in the afternoon of January 20th, 1996, by 3 women ranging from 14 to 22 years old. The women described the creature as a large-headed biped with spots like veins on the skin, some bumps on the head, and eyes that look like 2 red balls. The creature seemed to be unbalanced and experiencing vertigo. The girls felt it was injured or sick. They ran home after seeing the creature and claimed to their parents that they had seen the devil. Rumors afterward began to spread through the area, with some people claiming to have observed UFOs in the days prior. Later, claims were made of additional unidentified creatures/extraterrestrials being collected and observed at a hospital. Locals claimed that the military and the police were active on the days of the sighting. The government later came out and said that the young women had encountered a homeless and mentally unstable man named Munino. Now, the general description of the Varginha alien does match the general description of the Dover demon, with orange skin and a large head and spindly arms, spindly legs. The Dover demon was apparently seen crawling along the top of a wall, a stone wall. It's a case that Lauren Coleman looked into back in 1977. A fascinating case, to be quite honest. Very strange case, if you read the further details of it. Very interesting stuff. Video. Purported Mothman resurfaces and goes viral on social media in Mexico. I'm pretty sure this video is going to be in Hispanic, so we won't be able to understand anything they say. But let's take a look at the image.
Es por ello que a través de redes sociales se difundieron una serie de fotografías que retratan a un ser místico, el cual supuestamente no es la primera vez que se deja ver en el norte del territorio nacional. Se dice que el hombre pájaro u hombre polilla es una criatura mitológica que ha sido objeto de varios relatos y avistamientos reportados en diferentes partes del mundo, principalmente en Estados Unidos. Como ya lo has de imaginar, el nombre del hombre polilla se refiere a que es una entidad similar a un hombre, pero con alas y características físicas parecidas a las de una polilla o mariposa. Suele describirse como una criatura alta, delgada, con grandes alas membranosas y ojos brillantes y luminosos. El caso más famoso en el mundo del avistamiento del hombre polilla es en el colapso del puente Point Pleasant, en Virginia Occidental de Estados Unidos. El fenómeno de las leyendas urbanas sobre el hombre pájaro u hombre polilla ha sido objeto de especulación y controversia. Algunos creen que se trata simplemente de la invención de la imaginación humana, mientras que otros afirman haber presenciado encuentros con esta criatura. En el caso de Coahuila, la fotografía que despertó la intriga fue desacreditada al comprobarse que es la misma utilizada en otros casos y cuyo origen data del 2016, cuando un hombre en Virginia Occidental, Estados Unidos, las capturó y aseguró que las imágenes no fueron manipuladas y que desconocía la existencia de la leyenda del hombre polilla. Desde entonces, dicha leyenda ha tomado gran fama a nivel mundial, pues muchas personas han confirmado su existencia, aunque hasta el momento no hay evidencia certera que lo respalde. ¿Qué opinas de esta leyenda urbana? Te leemos en los comentarios.
A photo purportedly showing the infamous Mothman has gone viral in Mexico. However, the eerie image in question was actually snapped nearly a decade ago in the United States. The curious and rather confusing case reportedly began early last week when the image, seen above, popped up online in a Facebook post which claimed it was taken by a terrified family who had encountered a bird-like humanoid in the municipality of Castaños. The peculiar photo and the story surrounding it quickly went viral and were soon picked up by several media outlets in Mexico, with many expressing concern that the creature was some kind of harbinger of doom. It could be the Mothman. We really don't know for sure. It could also be a hoax of some sort.
Se difundieron una serie de fotografías que retratan a un ser místico, el cual supuestamente no es la primera vez que se deja ver en el norte del territorio nacional. Se dice que el hombre pájaro u hombre polilla es una criatura mitológica que ha sido objeto de varios relatos y avistamientos reportados en diferentes partes del mundo, principalmente en Estados Unidos. Como ya lo has de imaginar, el nombre del hombre polilla.
I don't know, guys. What do you think? Do you think this could be proof, photographic proof of the Mothman, finally, after all these years? Even though it's a decade old? Let me know in the comments below, guys. And here is Coast to Coast AM's version of this story about the unidentified Bigfoot-like creature causing alarm in South Downs in England. Witnesses around the lake in South Downs reported encounters of a mysterious, growling, bipedal creature, sparking speculation about its identity. Fishermen, including Mike Brown and Michael Brindle, described feeling uneasy and hearing growls while encountering the creature, with Brindle even witnessing it running on two legs at considerable speed. Despite comparisons to Bigfoot sightings, skeptics suggest the possibility of misidentification, such as mistaking a conventional animal for something more unusual in the dark. Regardless, witnesses expressed discomfort and hope to avoid encountering the creature again. This is one time where I agree with the skeptics. And I don't generally agree with the skeptics very often. But I agree with the skeptics that this is most likely a misidentification, or it could possibly be a hoax. But again, I don't believe there are any hairy bipeds in England. Too overpopulated. And I went over this story last week, but recent Bigfoot sighting in Washington is probably not what you think. A recent Bigfoot sighting in Washington State's Thurston County made the local newspaper. In February, a 31-year-old man, his young son, and his friend were riding motorcycles off-road near Grand Mound, when a 3.5-year-old boy pointed at a distant figure running along a ridge about a half mile away. The two adults saw what the boy pointed at. It struck them as odd. The figure appeared tall, too tall to be human. The witness told the BFRO, the Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization. The trio watched the too tall, tan-brown humanoid figure run for about 30 seconds before it disappeared from view. Did they spot a Sasquatch? The area isn't new to Bigfoot sightings, BFRO investigator Scott Taylor wrote in the report documenting the sighting. These are the routes I suspect Sasquatch use when they need to transit between the mountains of the Olympic Peninsula, including the Capitol Forest area and the Cascade Mountains where Mount Rainier and Mount St. Helens is located. Here's a map of the area. If it was a Sasquatch that they saw. That's just assuming that's what they saw. Now, we don't know for sure. This individual who was jogging claimed, oh no, that was me. That was me jogging out there. And the question is posed, what do you think? Was Morgan the Sasquatch, or did he narrowly miss encountering one that was also out for a run. It's an interesting question, and I doubt we'll ever know the answer to this question. Still, it's quite interesting. And that's going to do it for this week. We want to thank you very much for tuning in. You guys are the heart of the show. I always say that, but I always mean it. And by the way, you guys need to check out my new show, HBM's UFO Corner. I covered the mystery of Roswell on my first episode. The next episode will cover the Project Blue Book. So I hope you guys will enjoy both of those. And I will continue as long as you guys want me to. And for the 9th year in a row, almost 10 years, I've been doing this. And I will continue to do it. And hey, until next week, y'all be good or be good at it. This is May-HBM, Crypto-Corner.